Good morning, students. On the first week of August, I had given you the first assignment to write and submit on the reopening day. So, here is the answer for the first assignment. As I have already told you, you need not write answer for all the questions because the supplementary area is omitted as per the reduced syllabus. You have to write questions only for prose and selected questions for poem only. Altogether, the questions come for 50 marks. Now we'll see the questions one by one. First question. In this lesson, the author describes about his. The answer is B, grandmother. Second question. The dash portrait was hung above the mantelpiece. Option B is the correct answer. Grandfather's portrait. Question C. The village school was attached to the. Answer is temple. Option A, temple. The dash were thrown to the dogs by the grandmother. So the answer is option A, chapatis. Question 5. The grandmother spent most of her time by the. Option B, spinning wheel. Spinning wheel. There is a spelling mistake. The spelling for wheel is WHEEL. There is no C. Then question 6. The happiest time of the day for grandmother was feeding the sparrows. Option B, feeding. Feeding means giving food to the sparrows. Question 7. A red dash was wrapped around the dead body of the grandmother. Option A, shroud. The answer is option A, shroud. Question 8. Dash is the derivative of approved. Approval is the derivative of approved. So option B is the correct answer, approval. Derivative means the root word from which we get the remaining words. For example, exam is the root word from which we can get the words examination, examiner, examinee. So all these words are called as derivatives. பெறப்பட்ட வார்த்தைகள். ஒரு ரூட் வேர்டிலிருந்து பெறப்பட்ட வார்த்தைகள், they are called as derivative. This could be asked from the one word questions. So question number 8 answer is option B, approval. Question number 9. The meaning of dilapidated is option A, damaged. Then question 10. Dash the ministers took the task seriously. The answer is option A, all the ministers. Then you have to write short answer questions. Each question carries 1 mark. First question. Why was the author left with his grandmother in the village? The author was left with his grandmother in the village because his parents had to settle down in the city. His parents had to settle down in the city. Question 2. Where did the author study in his childhood days? The author in his childhood days studied in a village. Studied in a village with his grandmother. This is the answer. Question 3. What subjects were taught by the priest in the village? Scriptures and alphabets. Scriptures and alphabets were taught by the priest in the village. Question 4. When the author wanted to go abroad for his higher study, was his grandmother sentimental? Actually, this is an yes or no question because the question begins with the word was. Was his grandmother sentimental? The answer is no. The grandmother was not sentimental when the author wanted to go abroad for his higher studies. Then question 5. How did the grandmother spend her time in the afternoon? The grandmother spent time with the spinning wheel and feeding sparrows in the afternoon. Actually, the correct answer is the grandmother spent her time by feeding the sparrows in the afternoon. Feeding the sparrows in the afternoon. Then you have to write the short answers. Describe the portrait of the grandfather. That you can write from the textbook. Then describe the appearance of the grandmother. That we have already studied. I have also discussed this in the online class. You can write from the textbook itself. Then how did the author go to school in the village? How did the author go? The author went to the school along with his grandmother in the village. So on the way they would throw chapatis to the village dogs. That also you can include. You can also include one more point, because the author used to go along with his grandmother because the school was attached with a temple. Question number 4. Why did the author's grandmother dump a dilapidated drum? Actually, this is a higher order thinking question. You have to think and answer. Why did the author's grandmother thump a dilapidated drum? Because since the drum was damaged, the grandmother had to thump the drum to get the good sound. This is the idea behind it. You can use your own words to answer. Since it was a damaged drum, the grandmother had to use her thumb. Then question 5. How did the sparrows react for the funeral ceremony of the grandmother? There were thousands of sparrows gathered to the house of grandmother, and the sparrows did not eat even a single breadcrumbs. The sparrows did not eat even a single breadcrumbs. So this is the answer. Then question number 4, that is answering in a paragraph. You have to write answer for any one question. You need not write for both questions. You can write for any one. Now come to poem area. In poem area, you have to answer only 1 mark questions and paragraph question. First question. Who is the speaker of the poem? The answer is option C, father. Question 2. Here, when you write the answers, 1 mark question answers, you need not write all the options. Just write the question and write the answer. For example, who is the speaker of the poem? Write a hyphen and write father. And underline the answer, father. So the underlined words would be considered as answer. Question 2. What is the relationship between the narrator and the listener? Answer is option A, father and son. Then question 3. What do you mean by laugh with their teeth? Laugh with their teeth. That means option B, laugh without emotions. Laugh without emotions. Question 4. What does the poet long for? The poet longs for sincerity. Option A is the answer, sincerity. Question 5. What are fangs referred to? Fangs refer to teeth of a snake. Fangs refer to teeth of a snake. Option B is the correct answer. What is cocktail face? Option A is the correct answer. Face with mixed emotions. Face with mixed emotions. Question 7. I have learned to wear many faces like dresses. What is the figure of speech employed here? As far as +1 and +2 are concerned, if you have the word as and like, that is called a simile. If you don't find these two words, as or like, that is called metaphor. So here we have the word like in the first line, so the answer is simile. Option C, simile. What has the poet learnt? The poet has learned to change his face. That is the answer. Option B is the answer. The poet has learned to change his face. Question 9. What is meant by muting things? What is meant by muting things? That is option B, emotions that he cannot control. Muting things means emotions that he cannot control. Then question number 10. What is the meaning of unlearn? Unlearn means get rid of learning. That means forgetting what he has already learnt. That is option B, get rid of learning. Now you can skip the very short answer, also short answer, then come to paragraph. Paragraph, you have to write any one paragraph. So this one carries 5 marks. Altogether, I have explained the questions for 50 marks. I want you to write only these things, and you must submit this when you come back to school on September the 1st. So, this is the first assignment, and you have to write it in A4 sheet. If you have any doubts, you can ask me at any time. Thank you. Bye.